The truth about online selling. Now, look, I'm a content creator. I'm embracing that term now because, I was a musician before. And let me tell you something, being a musician, being a guitar player, being somebody singing songs on stage, you're selling to an audience. It's salesmanship. Look, if you didn't have good success as a musician, maybe you weren't able to sell yourself. Maybe that's a huge part of it. But man, we all know in this day and age, sometimes it's our family members, sometimes it's our friends, sometimes it's people that we were in bands with. It seems like everybody is trying to sell something online. Now, if you notice with my channel, for the people that watch this channel a long time, yes, every now and then I'll do reviews of products on my channel. Yes, lately companies have been sending me things to demo and review on my channel. I try to give a fair assessment of these items. I try to demo them as best I can. And I try to be honest with, what I'm selling. But the majority of the content on my channel is not selling anything. Yes, there are sometimes affiliate links. There's affiliate links in the descriptions of my videos. If you buy stuff from Amazon, it doesn't matter what it is. It helps this channel out greatly. If you buy something using my Sweetwater link, it helps the channel. But largely, most videos, I don't even mention it. Hey, you can even buy me a cup of coffee on the buy me a coffee link in the description of the videos. But largely, I don't even mention it. Largely, I don't even ask people to like and subscribe. Largely, I'm using a approach that is just a natural, providing value. Now, this is a huge lesson for anybody that's trying to sell something online. We all know, like I said, we all know relatives and friends and acquaintances and people who are just seemingly constantly hawking things. And I would say this is the same for if you're trying to put out a new album and trying to get people to listen to it. If you haven't really been active on social media and you record an album and then you put the album out and say, hey, everybody, go click on the link and listen to my album, even though listening to music now is seemingly free. I mean, I guess people, you get a tiny little royalty from Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, but the reality is all they have to do is click on it and listen to it. And you know what? If you have, 1,000 friends on Facebook and you tweet out, hey, or you put a post out saying, hey, listen to my song, you're not going to get 1,000 plays out of that. You'll be lucky if you get 5. You'll be lucky if you get 10. You can't just all of a sudden start hawking stuff. There's a lot of people that, they're putting these generic sort of posts. Maybe they're creating using like templates and stuff like that to create these posts, selling a product or whatever. And, technology has changed now. So now there's videos and I can talk about a product and all this kind of stuff. And hey, man, I get it. We're all looking for different income streams. It's very expensive to live nowadays, and some of us have to work from home. And so, this is a way to make money. But, if you're just every day sell, and you're not providing value, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to take time in order to sell something, in order to sell one thing. I haven't had instances where I've sold 100 guitars or dozens of guitars, but I have sold guitars by demoing them on this channel. But if you watch, 80%, 90% of the videos that I put on this channel, I'm not selling anything. I'm providing value. I'm providing my life experiences. I'm talking about shared community that I've created here on YouTube. So the majority of the work that I do each day is providing content with value, providing storytelling, telling my opinion on things in the music business, telling my opinion on guitar gear and different kind of things, and then posting playing clips, little playing clips at the beginning of my videos. I'll in order to streamline the process, a lot of times I'll shoot a bunch of playing clips. I'll kind of edit them up, and then I can able to pick and choose ones that fit the video that I'm doing, so that I'm not having to create, okay, here's my video. Now I'm going to create a playing clip that works with the video. And, this is hard work, putting out a video every day. It's not working in a coal mine work, but man, it's not easy being creative and providing value. But that's exactly what you have to do. If you're just constantly every day on the internet trying to sell something, just, ramming a product down people's throats is not a way to sell things. You've got to prove that there's value. You've got to provide value to the viewer. You've got to build a community. And how do you build a community? By being likable, by being relatable, by sharing knowledge, by giving more than taking. So when I do sell a guitar or a pedal or a mic, some kind of music stand or something like that, which I do on occasion on my channel, I'm very glad when companies send me a product to demo. I think it's a great thing. And I love doing it. Sort of mixes up the content of my channel, because otherwise, man, if I were to demo gear, I'd have to pay for a lot of the stuff that I would demo in the past. I had to pay for it myself. And that could be very, very expensive. So the takeaway from all this, man, you can't just constantly post. If you post, about selling stuff, and I know people who are doing this, and here's what I look at the engagement. It's the same thing with this channel. I love hearing from everybody that watches my videos today. And if you've got a friend or family member that's constantly trying to sell something on Facebook, and you notice they're not getting any engagement, and they're just, it's like a broken record over and over again, let me know in the comments. I think it's annoying to people to constantly be shilling something. Man, I don't even, if you watch my videos, I don't even say like or subscribe. If you look in my earlier videos, I was, hey, like and subscribe and use my link. And, I did a lot more of that stuff. But now I realize, man, my job is to provide value. My job is to provide, a podcast, if you will, if that's what I'm doing here is a podcast, provide value and provide knowledge and, good conversation, good listening conversation. And if, somebody chooses to help me out by buying a coffee or whatever, man, that's awesome. And I always, if the people that buy me a coffee in the link, I always reply to it. I always say thank you. I'm very thankful for anybody that contributes to building this channel. But I'm not hawking that. They probably clicked on the description and saw, I can buy him a coffee and buy me a coffee. And, because I understand the basic rules. You can't just it's literally like that drunk guy at the bar that just hits on every girl, and he's annoying, and they're like, get away. Because he's not providing any value. He's not trying to have any conversation. He's not trying to, actually get to know anybody. He's just obvious. He just wants something and he wants to take, 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 take. And people that only post sales clips where they're trying to sell something, they're just trying to take. And people see right through that. People see right through that. You can't do that. That is not how sales work. If you're a good salesperson, you need to get to know the person that you're trying to sell to. Create a bond. And look, this community on YouTube, we're creating bonds. Man, I know there are so many people out in the world like me who've experienced things in the music business and have had the ups and downs and all that, man. And that's what keeps me going on this channel, is everybody that comments on my videos and tells me about their experiences and all that. Sometimes it inspires me to create another video. It's like the same loop of when you're playing a live gig and the crowd's feeding you energy and you're feeding energy back. It's the same thing with this channel. When people leave comments, it creates energy, and that energy sometimes inspires me to continue on. And I thank you for that. But man, you know what? Look, notice if somebody's hawking stuff all the time. I always like to see how many likes there are. And sometimes those likes are not even really legit likes. They could be likes from their other Facebook accounts. It could be likes from people selling the exact same product. So those aren't real. Those aren't real likes. Those aren't people really interested in the product. That's just padding. They're just padding their likes. They're just padding their views. Just like, people have said there's YouTube channels that buy views and buy subscribers and buy all that. Man, look, I tried back in the days of Spotify and putting out an album. I tried to, get on playlists and spend money to try to, push a band and all that. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You've got to do the work. You've got to provide value. So look, if you're trying to record an album and you want people to hear it, you've got a whole nother set of problems on the hands, because if you just record a great album and focus all your time on recording, and then you put it out and expect the world to just tell you how great it is, it's not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen because you didn't do the work beforehand of building a community. So I might put out an album in the future. I might put out a single in the future. And when I do, it's because I've built this huge community. I've provided value day in and day out. I'm not just constantly trying to sell something. I saw a guy in the comments say, "Oh, well, you can keep shilling Fesley." Look, man, Fesley reached out to me and sent me, guitars, and they were good playing guitars, and they sounded great. And you know what? And other companies will start sending me guitars and stuff. And there's been instances where a company has sent me something, and I said, "This just does not work, and I am not going to demo it, and I'm not going to put this out on my channel and try and sell it because the product's not that good." And other times, people have sent budget pedals, and I've been amazingly surprised. I've had a lot of people in the comments all of a sudden start commenting on one of my GoCo demo videos that I did a while back, because I guess it's a similar circuit to some famous pedal that people are really into. I had no idea. All I know is I plugged in this inexpensive GoCo pedal and I got some killer sounds out of it. And that's all I really knew about the product. I didn't research the circuit or try to find out, any of that stuff. To me, it's all about holding the product, putting it in your hands, and does it feel good and does it play good? And man, frankly, some of these budget guitars these days, play absolutely as good as some of these American guitars. In some cases, they play better. In some cases, there's more attention to detail. Sometimes in these budget companies that don't have a big brand name attached to them, that makes their price be inflated. Sometimes you can get greater value out of a budget guitar these days than you can USA made stuff. Man, that's just the reality of the world we're in now. But man, if you're going to try to sell something, and this is for some, if you're trying to shill stuff on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube and you're not getting any likes and you're not getting anything, it's because you haven't done the work yet first. You're not providing value. You're not providing content where you're not asking for something all the time. You can't constantly ask for something and expect people to respond for that. It's like somebody constantly begging for money. After a while, you just tune them out. And you're certainly not going to hit the like button when they're asking for money. Prove that you're someone of value. Prove that you have knowledge. Share your knowledge with people. Provide value. And then occasionally, you could sell a product. If you're trying to sell something every day, people are not going to respond to that. And that's just the basics of being a salesperson.